I trade with IG, where I can trade over 16,000 financial markets. That includes Forex, shares, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and more. IG is the world's #1 spread betting and CFD provider, and that's based on their financial statements for June 2019. But with IG, you get an easy to use platform. It's very straightforward. You get expert trade ideas, you have access to education, you get efficient support. There are loads of like benefits of it. So I wanted to take you through a quick tour of the platform and show you the features and the benefits, and essentially, why I find value in it and why I trade with it. Okay, so this is the IG homepage, and here you can see you've got all different types of things. So they've got ways to trade here, but more about them, markets that you can trade. So like I said, Forex, indices, shares, commodities, cryptocurrencies, options, futures, and a whole load of other different markets with weekend trading. I also have mobile trading, so I do that on my phone as well, but there's all this different information and, seminars and webinars and stuff. But on the homepage, essentially, because we're going to go into the actual platform, but on the homepage, you get live prices, as you can see here, the popular ones, the DAX, that's like one of my favorite things to trade. But the FTSE, you've got US dollar, Japanese yen, crude oil, and stuff, different Forex pairs, euros, all these things. Like, you can just go through them, Bitcoin and weekend markets as well. Okay, so they also have zero commission shares, zero commission on US shares. Because what IG does, they not only trade, but they also have a share dealing account. And so with the share dealing account, you can invest in shares using ISA wrapper. So if you don't know what an ISA is already, an ISA is basically, it's known as an individual savings account, and it's a very essentially tax efficient form of investing. So what is tax efficiency? Tax efficiency just basically means, using legal means to reduce your taxes. So with an ISA, the way an ISA is a very tax efficient form of investment is that you don't pay any personal tax or capital gains tax on any income of profits, right? So you can also do that with your IG account. So when I sign in, I'll show you, but also, like I mentioned, instant support. So you get 24/7 support. Any questions that you need, you've got the academy where you can develop your skills, and here, discover opportunity and stuff like that is where you get like expert trade ideas and stuff. Cool. So let us sign in. I'm just gonna, you've got your spread betting account where you place your trades. You've got CFD, which stands for contract for difference. Then you've got your share dealing account, like we just saw, you can invest in shares and stuff like that through your ISA and stuff like that. Then we move down here and you have the demo account. So demo spread bet and demo CFD, so you can, test out different trades and stuff like that. So on this right hand side, got more information and stuff like that to help you out. Then you've got more live pricing next. But the cool thing with IG as well is, if you tell your friends about IG, you can receive up to £500 by inviting your friends to open a spread betting or CFD account here, which I think is pretty cool, right? Because not only are you able to trade or learn how to trade and invest and stuff like that and make money, but you can also, help other people by sharing, what you're doing, how you're using the platform, how it's working for you. You can share it with them. Just like, when you go to a really nice restaurant and you tell your friends, oh, I recommend this restaurant, or it's pretty much the same thing. You can just get paid for it. So share it with your friends as well, get them into the markets as well, because the more you're here, you understand the benefits of investing, right? So if you put your friends on, everybody's winning, everybody's making money. So we put people on here, we don't be stingy with knowledge. So there you've also got your news and your analysis. Very good for you to kind of keep up with the different news as well, just to make sure things that have don't move your position where you have to take losses and stuff like that, right? So IG Academy, that's all the learning stuff, the educational stuff. You also have the community where you can essentially, it's just a community, right? You can talk to other traders. You can see how things are going, trading, especially when you go through a little rough patch and a rough period. It's really, really good to have that community element, like someone that you can talk to help you overcome and to help you kind of just start to build back up that confidence, especially if you've lost a couple of trades, because it can not be a really nice feeling. So you definitely need those and it's good to learn from other people's strategies as well. There might be something that someone else is doing that you could learn from, so you can just gain value from other traders. So then you have webinars, and there are usually like 3 webinars every day from Monday to Friday. So let's go to, where should we start from? Let's go to community. Actually, no, let's go to the academy. Yeah, so with the academy, it's essentially like an online education. So you can do like online courses where you can do self-study by yourself, or there are live sessions that you can join into. So, you know, depending on how your schedule and how you learn, you can go through either one of these things, all these different things. You go here, this gives you a more thorough breakdown of the different courses. Then you've got different levels as well. So if you're a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced, you know, there are different types of courses. And all these trading psychology, you know, if you've lost money and you want to get a handle on those emotions as well, you know, diving into this kind of stuff is going to really help you out too. Also, live sessions are just recorded and they're here, and then sign up for whatever live sessions you need. There's also got a library of all the past webinars stored here, so you can have a browse through the library, essentially find out what you need, what suits you at this particular time, what you kind of need to learn, because it's very important that you know what you're doing in a lot of these different aspects. Yeah, then you've got the help and support. So they basically have like a blog upon the academy stuff, where you've got, on top of the academy stuff where you've got all those courses, they also have this blog and stuff as well, right? So if you're trying to figure out, you know, how is oil, if you're trading oil, right, and you're trying to figure out, you know, why am I paying so much fees overnight, just click here, you know, and then you can understand how exactly it's being calculated. So you're not subject to too much charges and too much fees. So that's the help center, and stuff like that. So, you know, there's so much more information. Then we have the community. Let's hop into the community. Okay, so with IG community, again, it's just a community of people, of all the people, of the different clients that they have, the different people who are using the platform. And again, they basically talk about all the different things. Like, there's so many different topics, as you can see. Total topics, 11,000, 60,000 posts, 79,000 members. So pretty much everything that you could ever think of, every question, every already there. So you can just come straight here and then figure out, you know, join in on a discussion, read up on a discussion. Maybe you have some questions and stuff like that. You know, I have a question, I've got a trading question, a technical analysis question, all of these different things. So that's the overview. This is the forum, right? Cryptocurrency, blockchain, all of these different things. You've got the blog, you've got IGTV on demand. So basically what that is they have live shows that they do, kind of like the webinar, but more of just like a show, like a broadcast kind of news thing that they do, and you can come here and you can watch it. Sometimes, again, when you're actually doing the actual trading, they have a little thing that pops up in the corner to let you know when they're going live. We've got our picks, stuff like that, tutorials, guidelines on how to use the thing, and then leadership boards. So the leadership board is essentially, they basically score people according to how engaged they are in the community. I don't know why, but it's just something that they do. But I guess how this might benefit you is, you know, if you do, I don't know, say you want to come in here, you have a question you want to ask, or you're thinking about something or whatever, you know, if you know who the most engaged people are, well, then potentially you might want to jump in on their discussion, because you know that you will get an answer. I mean, you have IG there as well, but, you know, sometimes it's nice to talk to other traders, you know, you get to see their own experiences and how things are. So yeah, so that's pretty much that. So now we'll go into, so this is the demo account. So yeah, so on the demo account, you can add funds. If you want, add virtual funds. So this is all pretend money. So you just come here. Yeah, you can deposit basically that amount of money. You can play around with the money. Yeah, so let's open up the spread demo account. So I actually placed, so this trade that's running that you can see here, that's like 98 pips. I placed that trade this morning, just before I came to, where's my position? Yeah, here. Just before I started filming this, well, not just before, but yeah, so this is £1 a point, and I'm basically up 100 pips. So you have, so you basically have all these different markets. So you've got indices here, and it gives you a breakdown of all the indices. FTSE 100, Germany 30, like I said, like this is Germany 30 I'm trading. This is essentially why I like trading it. All of these different indices. Then you have FX pairs broken down again, the majors, the minors, that asset class, right? So these are all the different types of pairs that you can trade. I have a set list. It's good to have a list, like a strategy of how you, it's not good, it's a must that you have a strategy of how you trade. So yeah, so then you've got cryptocurrency, that kind of stuff broken down. You also have shares broken down and stuff like that as well. Commodities like oil, natural gas, gold, silver, all of that stuff. You've got bonds, you've got ETFs, you've got options. I have videos that I've done on all of these different things. So if you want to learn more, then but yeah, so here's where you go to watch your position. You know, all your positions will show up here. Got orders, history, alerts, the news and analysis. You've got economic calendar. Economic calendar basically tells you everything, you know, that's basically happening in the news, anything that might affect your position, anything that you need to know essentially. I don't really use this one. Yeah, so you can add different things to the workspace. So for example, you know, if I want to trade, you just basically click on it. That's how you just add the different screens to the workplace. You can also change the color of the screens and all of that stuff. So if you don't like this color, you can turn it darker as well. Okay, yeah. Let me go back to Germany. So these are the different, sorry, I'm on a 2-minute chart. Remember, I day trade, so you might be thinking, why is she on a 2-minute chart? I day trade, so we're like inside the market and stuff like that. But yeah, so you've got different drawing tools, you've got and different indicators as well. So this is volume. Got MACD. I like to trade volume because, you know, depending on how many people in the market, it's gonna let me know, you know, what kind of, I wouldn't say it's gonna let me know, but you can get a feel. Your intuition can tell you, it's part of trading as well, how that market might move. And depending on your style, you know, I don't necessarily tend to want to stay in the trade for too long. So if there's nice volume in the market and I can see that it's flowing, then definitely want to get in. So yeah, you've got different tools. The channel, which is this gray thing I've got going on here. Yeah, so this is the channel that will just kind of let you know what's happening with the trend, so you can make good decisions, right? Which is why I went to sell there, because I can see what I could, well, you know, no trade is guaranteed, but essentially that's what happened. Again, you've got lines here, so horizontal lines that you can use. So this was a support and resistance line here, right? So from when I've gotten here, I've kind of looked at, you know, where could it go to, which is why it's there. It went there, but I don't know, I'm feeling like it can go a bit more, so I'm willing to hold on to that position. Yeah, measure tool. So the measure tool can help you figure out, you know, what is the distance, how many pips are you trying to get? Well, I could get out now, to be honest, because I'm on a 40 pip target, different things. You've got indicators. Again, I don't really use indicators that much, but all of the indicators are here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, over here, you know, this is where you buy. So you put how much you want to sell in here. You can put your stop loss. You can put your stop loss that way, or you can put the limit here, or you can come here and you can sort of move and do what you want to do. You know, if I'm watching the market, I don't tend to, oh, well, let me move it now. But yeah, you can see, you know, it's visually appealing. It's very simple to use, very simple to understand, all of that great stuff. So, but yeah, so check out IG. It's an awesome platform. You know, oh yeah, okay. Again, and you pay by trade. So like, for example, you know, if I want to come in this trade, well, it's a 1.2 spread, right? So again, when we talk about fees, you can decide, you know, what do you want to trade? Do you want to trade things that, I'm talking about FX because, you know, whatever you're choosing to go into, these are things that you need to figure out, right? So you can see here, okay, like I told you, IG Live, right? They let you know when they come on and stuff like that. But essentially, you know, this is 0.9, right? Whereas this is 1.2 right now because it's moving. It's usually not that high. It's usually like 1 or something. We've got 0.9 for this one. So some of the pairs are more expensive to trade than others are. For example, I know that pound Japanese yen is expensive. Right, 3.2. Well, you can see it's fluctuating between 2.5 and 3.2, right? That's just because there's lots of volatility in the market. But again, so if you're, again, like, right, so if you come into this kind of trade at 2.5, well, you definitely need to, you need a move. You need a big move, right? Because like they're gonna take way more of the money again. So these are kind of certain decisions you have to understand when you want to trade. So this is fluctuating as well. But yeah, ETFs, all of that kind of stuff, you can create your own watch list. But yeah, that's IG in a basic nutshell. Before I forget, the economic calendar here. You can use this one or you can use the one on investing.com. I just like the look of this one. And so what it will do again, it will also tell you, it's also going to tell you how strong the news can move the market kind of thing. If the Bank of England and all of that stuff want to start speaking, if, you know, but yeah, that's basically IG. So yeah.